Well, it's a new year, but Nintendo's bringing back an old favorite. New Super Mario Bros. U is the fourth in the series of games which have brought Mario back to his 2D platforming roots. This is only the second time out of these 4 titles that it has appeared on a console. The other 2 were for a DS and a 3DS. Now I know this has been said before when the Wii version came out, but why is it still called New Super Mario Bros.? Does Nintendo really think someone's going to confuse this one with the original game on the NES? It's time to let that go, Nintendo. The plot is as deep as it always is. That's to say, it's razor thin. Mario and the gang are having a tea and cake party at the princess's palace, when Bowser shows up with an army of airships and fires on the castle. He then pulls out a huge arm bigger than the ship itself. How exactly do you store that? It should be tipping over the ship right now, don't you think? It grabs Mario and the crew and it hurls them out to what I would have to assume was the outside of Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Bowser then sends his kids out to guard the lands in case on the off chance Mario might come back to save Peach, like he's done many times now. And of course, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Now the storyline really hasn't changed much. Save Peach, beat Bowser. If you've ever played one Mario game, most likely you're well informed on how the plot works. Now this title is played like any other 2D platforming Mario game. Great level designs, fun environments, and easy to use and helpful power-ups. Plus the fact that you can play with up to 5 people makes it even more interesting in a game for something you might have at a party. Now one of the new additions to the normal power-ups was the Acorn power-up. It gives you the ability to glide downward and also fly upward briefly. It was really nice. Now there is another power-up called the P-Acorn, and just like the P-Wing in Super Mario Bros. 3, it lets you fly through a level. These power-ups are rare, and you only get them from a new character named Nabbit. He'll run through the level that you previously beat. You just need to catch him before the time is up. He's pretty quick, so it can be a bit challenging at times. Now you can control the game with a gamepad or a Wiimote. Personally, I preferred using the Wiimote on this game. I felt it was a little bit easier. And that's not to say that the gamepad controlled badly, because it was fine. It was just my personal preference. They do utilize the gamepad though. If you play with the gamepad with more than one player, the person with the gamepad's job will be to set up platforms for the other players to use. Yoshi and Baby Yoshis are also playable in this game. Yoshi controls just the same as always. She can eat enemies and spit them out as an attack, and do double jumps. And the Baby Yoshis themselves have special moves. The pink one blows up like a balloon and lets you float through the level for a limited amount of time. The blue one spits out bubbles, and the yellow one will light up your path. What I think is one of the best additions to this game is the way they portray how Mario moves through the map. Unlike the somewhat generic map designs of the previous games, this one actually feels like you're moving through the world. It doesn't feel like some overcomplicated level select screen, but it feels like we're actually on an adventure. Now there's a challenge mode where you complete certain objectives, and they were all quite different. For example, there was one where you couldn't touch the ground, or where you had to get X number of coins in a time limit. It was very hard at times, but it was very fun to try and get the best medal on all of those. There's also a mode called Boost Rush, where you can complete a level where the level is scrolling against you. It speeds up the more you collect coins, and in order to get a good score, you're going to need to collect those coins. So it gets really hard to try and stay alive in a level when it really starts to scroll fast. Now the last mode is the coin battle, where you try and collect more coins than your friends. Now one of the more disappointing things is the lack of online play. You can get messages about the levels, or you can send out your own messages for other players to see, but it would have been nice to play against other people in the coin rush or some other multiplayer game. With Nintendo now focusing more on the online aspects of the Wii U, you would think they'd want more people playing together, but once again there's no option for online play or online leaderboards. New Super Mario Bros. U was a lot of fun. Its entertaining gameplay and fun level design will have you going back to play time and time again. So I definitely think this game is worth a buy.